Welcome back to TyNance, another week in the stock market. Last week it seemed for a moment as if the market had bottomed, but renewed tariff fears kicked in from Wednesday until Friday. And that is because of the new tariff announcements that will be announced by the Trump administration on the 2nd of April. And apparently, people are quite fearful for that event or for that day. What is quite funny is that on April the 2nd of 2018, the market actually bottomed on that day when there was also a trade war or a potential trade war going on. And from that day going onwards, the market started going on a real tear going into the rest of the year. So it's kind of funny that it's now on the same day as in 2018, the tariff will be announced. And I think there's a good chance that if tariffs are not as bad as people fear, there's a chance that we will be going up from the 2nd of April, which would align with the 2nd of April of 2018. Next to that, we also had PCE data coming out last week on Friday. PCE is personal consumption expenditure data, and the core PCE inflation index was a little higher than expected. So because of that, there is still some concerns that inflation is more sticky than expected. But it seems that right now the markets are more dropping because of the tariffs than PCE. We'll have to see what will happen on the 2nd of April when tariffs will be announced, if they do not get postponed or if a deal comes out, of course. The value of my portfolio hit $78,392 last week. And this week, even though the market went up on Monday and Tuesday, and my portfolio did as well, it then rapidly started falling from Wednesday till Friday. So I ended the week down with a new recent low in dollars with $74,602. My moves for this week, I did not make a lot of moves in my portfolio, but I did sell two puts on SoFi Technologies for a strike of 7 and an expiration date of January 16, 2026. I did sell those puts on SoFi for a premium of a little over $100 in total, for both the contracts. And the reason I sold two puts on SoFi Strike 7 for this expiration date is that I don't believe SoFi will fall back down to $7. But if it does, I think it's really cheap and a really good buy. So I would definitely like to buy more SoFi. As I only hold 100 shares right now, which is almost my smallest position, and hence why I would like to increase my position, but for a lower price. And that's why I sold those puts. So if I do not get assigned, then I keep the premium, which is always nice, of course. And if I do get assigned, I really like to have those shares for a $7 strike. I believe it's a few weeks ago since I did my last portfolio update. Since that time, I bought a lot of Alphabet shares, and you also see my SoFi puts in here that I sold. I already sold one before, so now I'm sitting at 3 contracts. And I also bought 10 shares of Nike about 2 weeks ago, I believe. So this is my portfolio now, and I plan to do a weekly update in the template I was using right now. So you will see my portfolio grow and update over time, and I will try to update you on my portfolio and my moves every week. That's it for today. This is not financial advice. You can read the full disclaimer in the description. Please like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.